Today, I want to review EasySite AI's limited time Black Friday offer, and I want to talk a little bit about why it's such an exciting alternative to some of the regular vibe coding platforms that you've been hearing about. Now, I'm going to pull up his site so that you can see the one that I'm referring to. The platform itself is pretty amazing, right? Basically, he's saying you don't need to get subscriptions. It's a platform that allows you to build your own sites that you can then sell access to. Let me give you a couple examples so that this is really clear. So I actually have two sites right now. One is my AI video studio. And when I show you what this can do, this will give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So I have an AI video studio. What this does is it allows me to sell access to a subscription. So you'll see this right here for $9 a month, $29, $49, or even free access, a subscription to a tool that creates OpenAI, Sora 2, and VO3 videos. Why is that important? Because in my business, what I'm doing is I'm teaching people how to actually leverage video and AI branded images in order to promote their brand. And specifically for me, it's coaches and other service providers, right? But when I was looking at EasySite for my business, I was looking at how can I leverage this platform to create my own sites that I can then sell from. So it's not the old traditional sense of SaaS, software as a service platforms. Those are pretty much going by the wayside as people are learning how to do more vibe coded tools and platforms, right? And so I was able to purchase from him already a business in a box that I literally just had to come in and do a little bit of coding myself or a little bit of chat prompting to design something that I could then begin to sell from. And this fit very well into my own offer suite. So I wanted to show you this first so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. But EasySite gives you these platforms pre-built with all the necessary attributes and things that you're going to need in order for you to have a successful business. And like I said, a business in a box. So when he talks about forget about doing the whole subscription thing and don't worry about SaaS, but you can own your own site and start making money right now. To me, this falls exactly in line with what I talk about when I talk about having a platform-proof business. Instead of you relying on other platforms for your customers and your clients to leverage in order for them to do the things that you're teaching or coaching them to do. Like in my case, I'm teaching a lot of my clients in my different workshops how to create video clips and how to do short AI video prompts that produce videos that they can use for their marketing, they can use for their brand building, for thought leadership, for tips and advice. And now, instead of me having to go out and create my own platform, I get a chance to simply leverage something that was already built, brand it to my taste, and then be able to immediately go out and sell subscriptions. So when I say that I really, really do believe in EasySite as a tool that could be, we'll call it a SaaS killer, right? I think it's one that really kind of stands out amongst the crowds. I'm also going to talk a little bit about the benefit of buying this bundle or a lifetime access even to one app now versus waiting and having to pay for it through either a subscription or with a higher cost. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'm going to pop back over into his site and let's talk a little bit about the site. Now, when you go to the Black Friday deal that he has, and it's EasySite.ai, there's an LTD, lifetime deal. Do you want the Black Friday sale? Right now, it's going to end in about 21 days. So just keep in mind that that countdown timer is important because once it's gone, he's removing the lifetime access. So one of the things that I definitely want to do is to show you a little bit about how to pick a specific template because there are several. So when you scroll through the site, you'll see, first of all, that there's a comparison chart from EasySite to Lovable, WordPress, which a lot of people are starting to build things on WordPress now. And there's another app or platform called Framer. So it gives you the complete back end. So when we were talking about the differences, you don't have to worry about webhooks or databases and email, all of that can be built in directly inside of the EasySite platform. Stripe flows ready. So he has these Stripe flows that are already built in. You literally are just adding your own Stripe API key. So when you look at my video studio, for instance, okay, very branded to my taste, and I'll show you how I did this in just a few minutes. But I literally just had to go in here, plug in my Stripe key, plug in my Google authorization key, and do a little bit of tweaking to make this my own. But this right here is one of the apps that you can get access to. So if you look right here, this is the Sora 2 video generator app. You can get it right now for $99 for one. And if you get 5 of these different apps, then you can get those 5 for $299, which is the studio deal that they have right here. I'll tell you how I kind of went through and decided for myself. I knew that there was a template library available. And actually, even before the template library was available, I was an early adopter of EasySite because I saw potential to be able to create my own sites. And I'm going to show you, let me see if I can pull up my site right now. When I first purchased this, it literally was because I saw the potential. I thought, you know what? I can create my own platforms that will provide me with lead magnets. And I'm going to show you one that I've actually created that's related to my business. So the Heart Hook Generator, this one is a popular one, and Virgil, the Video CTA. One of the things I was trying to do is to figure out, do I want to put something out into the world that is boring, another downloadable PDF, or do I want to create something that can actually complement the workshops and the other types of things that I'm delivering? Well, the latter, of course, is the most important, making sure that it's something that's going to fit and complement what you're already doing, but also be unique and differentiated from the other boring lead magnets that everybody gives out, right? I'll show you Virgil real quick. I knew that I had created this CTAs that convert lead magnet. But what I wanted to do is to build out either a custom GPT, which I did, or some other type of site or app that people would be able to go to and generate CTAs based on my formula, my framework, and how I teach it. So this was one of the early EasySite platforms that I built is Virgil. And it allows people to be able to enter their video details and to get custom CTAs, calls to action, very quickly, simply by filling in a couple of different blanks, and then it generates the answers or responses for them. Could I do this with a custom GPT? Yes. And I actually had a custom GPT that was doing this. But think about when you're creating these type of mini sites, these micro sites and micro apps, this is much more appealing than someone simply going to a chat GPT, right, page, putting in some things and then getting an output. This looks like a full-blown professional site. This looks like something that somebody would be willing to pay you for. And when they have access to this type of quality of content and output, then they're going to be more likely to want to continue to do business with you. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to check out EasySite initially, is because I wanted to build little micro apps like this. The purpose behind building out sites like this should be something that's related to work you're already doing. I feel like there's an easier connection when you have a passion for the work you do and you're leveraging these type of tools to complement that. And so what EasySite was able to do for me is to give me the ability to take a vision and make it real and not make me have to go out and learn coding, right? And I didn't have to take months to get it set up. It literally was a few hours. But I also wanted to keep it professional, branded to my taste, all the things that I mentioned before. After I purchased EasySite is Ray started building out these production-ready full-stack apps. And the apps will do lots and lots of different things. So there's a nano banana business. If you're someone who is doing business or wants to do business by helping people to generate their own images, and you want to, let's say, for instance, partner up this tool along with a class or a workshop, sharing with people how to actually create prompts that work well for Nano Banana, it will give you that ability. If you want to help people to create Sora 2 videos, like I love Sora, And that was one of the, or is one of the workshops that I have coming up, is talking about how to create the best short form AI video prompts to create Sora 2 and VO3 video clips. And so having this as my AI video studio just makes for a very nice complementary app that's subscription based. So I have people that will pay $9 a month or whatever it is that they need to in order for them to get the access to the credits they need. But this is in partnership with what I'm teaching them how to do. So let's look at the actual Black Friday sale. First of all, vibe coding in simple terms is just you using AI to generate code without really understanding it. So when you look at popular platforms like Lovable, Bolt, Cursor, and then VO, and how they help with quick prototyping, they're not necessarily the same. So vibe coding has some limitations in that it's the front end creation only, which leaves you to patch together the back end services. So you saw how nice and pretty my video studio was. You would have to still do a lot of work to create something like that if you were using something like Lovable and those other sites. It can also introduce some security and quality issues if you don't necessarily know how to handle the security credentials and all of that. So when you're looking at a full stack app like this one at EasySite, it has a pre-built backend. It has managed database. So if you need a database where you're collecting people's emails and other information that might be pertinent to a lead form, for instance, if you're doing lead magnets, it has all of that built in. You don't have to tie it into some other type of app and rig everything together as you would with some of these other platforms. So EasySite truly comes as a full stack. And it has Stripe flows, it's got webhooks and events, it's got emails. So it has all of the necessities that you would otherwise have to be piecing together. It's already built into the app because Ray and his team have thought of all of that already. If I were to pick any one of these, what you're going to see is that it's going to instantly pull access to that particular app, that full stack app, into your account. And so I just did this one. I just bought this one maybe about, 4 or 5 hours ago. It's called StreamScribe now. His is called EasyCribe. But when I got EasyCribe, it didn't have the look that it has right now. It came out of the box, but it did have a lot of these different feature definitions, how it works. And it had the dashboard ready to go. It had the space for where you actually upload your transcriptions, and it even had the pricing tables already ready. This one was EasyCribe. The reason why I chose this one is because as I was looking through all of the different options that he had, what I wanted to do again is to go back and complement things that I already do. And as I was looking through these different options, it was appealing to me, the idea of being able to give my customers and my clients an app that they could use to transcribe their videos and their audios. So why not have one that's branded for my own business? So I can either include that in their monthly coaching subscription, or they could access it for like a $9 a month subscription for themselves to continue to use even after we're done with our 8-week program or whatever it might be. Or you could literally just create your own first business by buying one of these apps and then putting it together to make it look like you want, and letting the functionality just remain the same so that people can do, for instance, headshots. So I love that Ray has given us these platforms that are already built, and it's just a matter of your ideas and your vision being unlimited so that you can see which of these would you find useful. So these are the bundles that are available for Black Friday right now. What I would encourage you to do is to definitely go through the site, as we'll add this link so that you have it. It's EasySite Black Friday deal. And here's the link that I'm going to put up on screen for you. And this is not an affiliate link, but I will tell you what he has done is offered me access to some templates so that I can show you in real time what these look like. Okay. So that's how and why I'm doing this right now, because I don't want you to miss out on the opportunity to get these at a low price. And I also know that some of you have probably been thinking about creating your own apps, and maybe you've been trying to learn how to use Lovable and Replete and some of those other platforms and tools. But again, the reason why I like EasySite so much is because it already has the payment system built in. It already has the database built in. It already has email built in. All of that back-end stuff that you're still going to have to do, it's done. It's not about SaaS or software as a service anymore. It really is about creating these micro apps and moving quickly, because success loves speed, right? There's some frequently asked questions that are down here at the bottom as well. So after you purchase, you do need to log into your account so that you'll be able to choose the template. So if you're using EasySite AI already, which I am, it was really easy to make the decision to go and get the different templates. I want to go back and show you a couple of these templates and show you how they work and what their purpose is. So the first thing I'm going to do is take you back to the EasyCribe. Now this one, like I said, I just built it out about 4 hours ago. And so I'm going to scroll up here so that you can kind of see what my thought process was. Because initially, again, it did not look branded the way all of my stuff does. You can go in here and just like you type in a ChatGPT prompt, that's literally how I make the edits to this tool. So when I got it, as it was green, it was plain, it had EasyCribe on here. What I was able to do is to select different parts of the pages, right? And to say, no, I want you to change this to my new name and I'm going to sell it under my branded name. I want you to replace the old picture and put this picture in here. All of the things that I wanted it to do, I was able to prompt it by simply putting in plain English update. So look, for example, update the footer so that it doesn't just say EasySite, but it has my corporate information right here. These are literal chats. Change the button and icon color to my pink on every page. And all of these pages were already built into it. So it's got the profile, the dashboard, all of the things that you saw on the back or on the front end, they were already built on the back end by EasySite. So I literally came in here, did a couple of chat prompts, made some changes, added an image, and now this thing is ready to publish. So this is going to be available in my offer suite for people to purchase, thanks to EasySite. So I've got this that's going to transcribe people's videos and audios. And then I've got this, which is going to allow my clients and customers to produce Sora 2 and VO3 video clips. I know, crazy, right? Okay, so I thought it might be helpful to also do a quick run through of starting from scratch, how you can actually edit one of these apps. So let's do this. We're going to go ahead and do a quick demo, the EasySite AI template bundle. Okay, so this is one that I've already made edits to, but I'm going to show you from start to finish. We're going to just pick one of these apps. Let's see, which one might we pick? I've already got EasyCribe and I also have the Sora 2 one. Maybe I want to work with people on crafting emails, okay? So what I'm going to do is select this one, confirm my selection. It takes just a couple of minutes for you to actually see this being created. They're creating the project for you. Sometimes it'll take a few minutes. Ta-da, there it is. Now it's going to ask you for an OpenAI key, which you then need to go and get your own key. And I'm going to pause here while I'm actually creating a key. And the way that you're going to do that, you have to go to your OpenAI account and create your own. You just go into Google and type in create an OpenAI API key. That is where you're going to do it. I have a paid account there. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll put your own OpenAI key in here. And once you've done that, you will go into next step. Okay, the next step is for you to put in your own Stripe API key. So you're going to go to your Stripe account, and a lot of businesses are already using Stripe. So this should be familiar to you as well. And you can also do optionally get Google OAuth login, which allows people to sign in with Google. But if you leave this blank, they'll just use EasySite's credentials. So I don't necessarily mess with that until later if you're in a hurry. All right, when we complete setup, we've got the website ready to go. So this is the micro app. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. Looks just like what they showed us in the preview page, right? And this is one of those where I said I would probably update the testimonials, and I probably update or remove this little scrolly thing altogether. And I am thinking I would add a video that shows people how to use the platform. First, I'm going to learn it myself. So if you have added an app through EasySite, then what you're going to do here is you're going to say, hey, I want to update the look of this, the look and feel of this, and I'm going to make everything be more pink. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. So I'm going to find my visual style theme. And you do not have to make this super hard, okay? So I actually have a design UI kit. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm gonna make it more feminine. I'm going to apply what I call the elegant ember. I wanna give it a little bit more of a bolder pink, which is this one. We'll fix that there too. Feminine, grounded elegance. We don't have to change the font here. And I'm not gonna do a dark mode toggle because I don't need that. I think I'm actually good. I'm gonna say to the entire site. Let's see what happens here. All right. So it's working to update the design, and it should not affect the technical functionality of this site. All right. So now you get a chance to see the end result. It took a little while, probably about less than 10 minutes, but it took a little bit of time because I gave it some very specific and detailed instructions about my palette that I wanted to use. And some of this I might tweak, because I don't like that green necessarily. But notice how it's already starting to become mine instead of looking like the other boring version of it. So let's look at it a little bit more closely. It's got my pinks in there. I'll probably update some of these words. But yeah, it's already starting to come together. And that was just based on the prompt that I actually included. What I would then do is I probably will go down here and I will end up just going through and ensuring that I update the footer, that I have my own links here added. And that's pretty simple to do. So what we'll do is right here, we can say we want to remove this. We can actually go into the settings and add images as well as in the SEO and add our own favicon for your logo, right? So we add that there. We'll update this stuff later because this is the SEO for this page. An asset right here is where I'll usually add different images that I see myself possibly putting on the page. I'm not going to do that right this minute, but if there's a video that I wanted to include it, which I will at some point, I would do that there. I just wanted to give you a feel for how this could be edited pretty quickly after you're done. So you can go here and you can edit this and add real testimonials versus having these placeholders, or maybe I'll do, because everything I do starts with stream. And then I'll say yes, save that. And in order for us to see it in action, the other thing I'm probably going to do, let's click on that. We'll say, again, replace. Okay, so it's added that little icon there for me. I usually try to go ahead and create a fake account. I have a little tester account so that I could see what it looks like when people sign in. And that is something that you're going to want to do because if you were to click on any of these other pages to get in, it's just going to take you to a page to be authorized. So I'm creating a test account right here. And then it's going to send a verification email, which I'm going to click and say yes. So look right here. It's going to ask us to verify our email. I'm just going to run some tests, but I will take it through the process of doing what the app said it was going to do. I'll also make sure that all the pages are updated. So I probably would go through each of these pages and make sure that my icon is updated according to what I have uploaded in there so that it looks like it's supposed to. I'd probably go through this privacy policy and make sure this is accurate. If there's anything you want to change or you want to point it to your existing policy, which is probably what I'll do, you'll want to do that too. Let's do While we're in the preview, I want to see what it looks like. So yeah, once I publish it, it looks show up there. It doesn't right here on the preview yet, but I'll publish when I'm ready. So after I've gone through each of the pages to make sure they look like they should, then I'll go through and just test it to ensure that the platform itself is working properly before I release it and start sharing it with people. And then it's ready to go. I mean, it's that simple. So I'm just going to go through and make some tweaks over time to ensure that it looks the way that I want it to look. I'm going to probably add some images and add a video and make sure people know how to use it. But other than that, once it's ready to publish, first of all, you're going to go back in here and update the SEO and ensure that the name, you're going to change the name so that when people get that login verification, it's coming from you and from your app. And you can add any other type of edits that you want to make to it. But this is how it works. So here I would change this, I would add an open graph image, and then it's pretty much going to be ready to publish. And when you're ready to give it a domain, you're going to go into websites, create your custom domain here, and then link it up to that new page. But that's it. That's how we make this work. Okay, let's talk about some of the other ones that they have. Let's walk through the different apps that he does have on this site. And here's something that's important. EasySite does let you bring your own key. So BYOK is what you'll see a lot with these different platforms nowadays that are using AI. And that's really important because then you can control the cost. It means you're not tied to a single service provider. You can choose the AI tools that best fit your workflow. What you're going to do is inside of your EasySite login, you'll basically go in and you'll say, hey, I want to use this particular app, whatever app you're going to choose. You're going to pay the lifetime deal, the one-time fee right now. So I would just pick one of these and say, yes, I'm interested in, I'm going to give you just a quick little overview of each of these. So we'll go in order of what we're seeing. The AI headshots one, what this does is it helps you to generate professional headshots from a single selfie. So it's ideal, again, for you if you're like a LinkedIn coach or a service provider who is helping people to leverage their brand and you want them to have professional headshots. This could be an excellent way to add to your tool library. Having a microsite that is able to produce AI headshots that are high quality for folks. This one right here is AI Clip, and what it does is it turns product images into short videos using Sora 2 and VO 3.1. So it's great for e-commerce businesses if you want to have social media ready video clips. And if you have a product that you're selling, and I'm gonna tell you how you can actually, let's go over here, how you can actually see what these look like. See where it says try it free? So when you try it, it's going to take you to a preview of what these pages look like. And this is great because I'll be able to show you what my EasyCribe looked like before I branded it and made it pretty. But notice right here, it's giving you access to a preview, and this is exactly what your customers, they're going to see. The thing that you want to do, in my opinion, is to make it your own. So I like everything to look seamless, and that's why when you purchase these, my advice is to make sure you go into ChatGPT or Claude or something like that and ask it to analyze your visual style and then use that visual style description. It will start to process and make changes and give you an entirely new look, but you still have the back end functionality in place. That's what I do. And I believe that you have the capability of giving it access to different resolutions. The credits are probably going to be different according to the resolution and duration. But again, you're not even having to think this through. This is already set up inside of the tool. That's what makes this cool. But notice how all of this is already built in here. Okay, so that's AI Clip. Another one we're going to go to, let's go to EasyCribe. That's the one that I just showed you that I have. So EasyCribe right here, this is how it looked originally. This is how I made it look. I did brand it according to my own taste, but all of this literally came from this app. So you pay the $99, you get the app, download the app, and then you tweak it. That's pretty darn cool. So that's EasyCribe. And what EasyCribe does is it helps you to be able to sell. If you're a podcaster or you're a live streamer, and maybe you even are offering a service to people who are coming on your show as a guest, you could offer the option of including this particular service as part of a package. You could sell it on its own, sure. But again, I love thinking about this stuff in terms of packages and how I would actually sell this to other clients and people who need it. And that's the one that I purchased because I saw that easily pairing to what I already do. Now, because it's just right here, and that's next up in my descriptions for my notes, AI Royal Portrait. Let's pull it up and see what it looks like. And I mean, it could be cool. Transform into royal majesty. So this is what the site looks like. It's a fun add-on for social media or promotional materials. That's how I would use this. So you produce AI-generated royal-style portraits from selfies that are uploaded. Now, if I had this one, if I purchased this one, there's some demos here. I probably would do a few demos showing my own family or friends of mine as transformative, right? They'd be a little bit more believable. This is funny. So that's one of the options. And I promised I would walk through them all. So that's one that could be pretty fun depending on what you're doing. We've talked about AI headshot, Nano Banana Business. Again, this one is really focused on the idea of using the Nano Banana image editor. And if you wanted to sell your own version of this, this is what it looks like. So remember I was saying that everything is in the back end. So notice how this is asking me, hey, wait a minute, set up an account first before you can use and see this. That's another benefit to these apps is that it's already got the built-in site sign up and login feature ready to go. You don't have to add any codes to make this happen. Ray has already thought of that. The decision making is taken away because it's already here. So you literally within minutes after putting it together for yourself, have all of this already ready to go. But I am going to take a little bit of extra time and probably replace some of these images with my own created images just to make it my own. But you really don't even have to do that. If you're using EasySite to put it together, you can literally just go and start selling right now. AI Pet Studio. If you have a penchant for, let's say you're selling something that's in the pet arena, this could actually be really cute for you to generate pet product ideas or to sell it to your clients for doing fun things with their pet images. So if you're doing anything within this space, this could be a fun one. And it could also be fun if you're just like a coach or a consultant or somebody else that's in my field that just wants to do something a little fun like the royal family thing, right? Well, look, generating a pet photo shoot. That's another idea. I saw someone do this the other day. So they've got like 5 pets and they sent in individual pictures to their person, right? Their photographer, their AI photographer, and the AI photographer produced an entire photo shoot just around the pets. That could be something that you could do with AI Pet Studio. I could see that as an idea. I mean, the ideas are really limitless. So you can conduct automated interviews using AI by having this AI recruiter tool. If you were recruiting a team members for your own business, you could use this to help you to sort out, right, potential candidates for the jobs that are in your own business. But the second way might be that if you actually are partnering up with a small business as an HR consultant or an HR coach, or you're in an HR department for maybe a mid-sized company, you could potentially use something like this to conduct those voice interviews for you, to start qualifying people to continue to move through the process. Very nice. Okay, and we can't see. That's the only thing about some of these, we can't see without signing up. But I can see that one being worth a look if you have one of the use cases I just mentioned, or maybe you can think of your own use case and see which one might be beneficial to you. AI Seller Studio. Okay, this one is about transforming your product photos into professional, high-converting Amazon listing images. Think about this. So you could actually transform product photos, things that you're actually selling for your listings. You can put those in here, upload the photo, let AI process it, and then download those professional results. But once again, this is already built for you, y'all. Like, all of the options have been thought through. Ray and his team have already put everything together. And so just imagine all you're going to do is purchase the app, the platform, the micro app. You own this now. You're just going to potentially do some brand tweaking, and now it becomes your own that you can actually start selling subscriptions to. So this is one. I kind of like this idea too. Look at this. Okay. So somebody going from this to this, the professional white background, somebody going from this, if you're selling a watch, to this, doing a mock-up. Beautiful. So that is what it looks like AI Seller Studio can do. Very cool. Let me go in the back end of my own EasySite and let me show you in my account how to do this, because I think that's important, that you do still want to make it your own. You do want to make sure you're adding some value so that it's different from other people's easy sites, right? So if, let's say that a bunch of people have purchased the same platform that you have and none of you have changed anything about it, so it looks exactly the same, then how do you differentiate yourself? This is why I'm saying you have to think about, like, how does this, the platform that I'm creating, this micro app that I'm setting up, how does this benefit the people I'm already working with? How does it fit into my marketing suite and my brand? And then how am I continuing to make sure that I'm differentiating? So I'm going to pull up my back end and I'll show you how easy this is. So again, if you have EasySite already, EasySite.ai, if you have it, it's going to pop up this whole Black Friday exclusive deal that you've been seeing me go through today. It's going to give you that pop-up. So we're not going to go through all of these, but I'm just going to say, I would highly encourage you to take a look at this site and see if any of these might be of interest to you. So the production templates that you get, if you can get one, if you just chose one out of the gate, it's $99. If you do the studio bundle, that's 5 templates for $299, which still is a deal. And then if you do the agency bundle, that's 10 for $599, and unlimited, I think that's all of them. Yep, all templates forever. That's $9.99. And I bet you this is going to come. If I know Ray, it's probably going to come. Yep, it does. All current and future templates, which he'll be adding more because it seems like he has another idea every week. So just, I mean, we're talking going from, I think he had 1 or 2 to this many different micro apps that they've already built out in just a few weeks in time for Black Friday. So if you do the unlimited bundle, I'm sure he'll probably have maybe double this within the next month to 2 months. All right, let's see what else we need to make sure you know about here. Yeah, like this guy said, we rebuilt 5 client sites in a weekend and turned on Stripe without a back-end rewrite. Exactly. So I was able to create 2 incredibly beautiful sites, my AI video studio, and now the Scribe site. And it did not take me more than a few hours to do both of those. And I'm creating a ton of other micro apps and projects using EasySite, the main tool itself, without those templates. But the templates make it super fast and simple. And I'm just thrilled that I get a chance to do this and to be able to add to my offer suite, branded in a way that looks and feels just like the rest of my stuff. And it's complementing what I know my clients need. To me, that's the benefit of taking advantage of a sale like this. I'm going to recap again that what we've been looking at is EasySite.ai. And we specifically are looking at how to, he says, kill SaaS. So instead of you using software as a service, you're going to own your own site, start selling today. The minute you download or install the platform onto your own space, right? You're going to instantly start selling within just a few minutes, if not an hour. You'll be ready to go. I love that he's got all these ideas. I know there are going to be more. I may even need to go back and look at that unlimited, because I would love to have access to even more templates, as long as they fit within my brand and my offer suite. But I suspect that there will be some. And the most important thing for you to know about this is it does differentiate itself from a lot of the other platforms, because you don't have to worry about, okay, I built the platform that I want, or the micro app I want, but now I got to do all these connection points and make sure that it can take payments and make sure that I have connected with my BYOK, my own keys from OpenAI, etc. You don't have to do all the things without knowledge. You don't need the knowledge to be able to do what you saw me do with my video studio. This literally was just some prompts to make it pretty. And I did a little bit of tweaking to some of the setup. But other than that, it was ready to go for people to sign up, to get a free access to the account, to get a subscription. And now it's a part of my offer suite. And I think the beauty of this is the speed to sale that you get by purchasing something like this right out of the box. So your business, if you choose any of these or all of them, you literally can start selling from any of these platforms instantly. That to me is the big differentiator. So I hope that you have gotten a little bit of something out of this. You should see the link to where the sale is taking place at the bottom. Look, most builders look great until you need users, data, or money. That's where projects stall. Authorization, roles, database schema, webhook, Stripe logic, all of that. And so EasySite, that's why it's called EasySite, is solving all of that for us. Okay, if you do have questions, if there's anything I can help you with on this, let me know. If you want to see again some of the back end of my own sites, feel free to reach out. I'll be happy to share. If I need to do a tutorial showing a little bit more of the back end, I'd be happy to do that. But right now, I think you've got what you need to make the right decision. And the right decision would be for you to examine any of those platforms, see which of those, if any, could be a boost to your monthly recurring revenue. So I hope you'll take a look at EasySite. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for listening, for watching, and we'll see you next time in the stream.